I was drawn to Boston University because from its inception, from its founding, it's been an institution that has been committed to being accessible to all people. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., which is really a national and international city that is full of culture, but also a really strong commitment to intellectual pursuits as well as being engaged in the community. And when I started to hear about Boston University, what it is and what it aspires to be, it really reflected all of those things, this commitment to being a truly international institution, this commitment to making field-defining research, and also a commitment to being a highly engaged institution that creates a singular education for undergraduate and graduate and professional students. And so that's what excited me. I hope to steer Boston University forward. Right, so you're taking already a fantastic foundation and tremendous leadership, but then you're asking how can Boston University be even more impactful, even more important, even more eminent? Boston University has already done a fantastic job in thinking about data and technology. And if you think about what's possible with generative AI, it's really going to be significant. We're also on the precipice of an amazing healthcare revolution. And so as we think about genetics, as we think about immunotherapy, we have an opportunity, again, to be top-notch in many scientific areas. But I think the key is not just focusing on one discipline or another discipline, it's how we can start to rally all of our disciplines. We're at a time when we are going to face some of the toughest problems and toughest challenges, whether that has to do with climate change and sustainability or increasing polarization. But I think a place like Boston that has always chosen to be deeply engaged in the world, this is a university that can be at the forefront of all of these grand challenges. We're at a moment in history where all problems and all issues are global. You can look at the pandemic to see that. And so we are a very interconnected and interrelated world. Despite the moment that we find ourselves in history, creating global relationships in some ways has been harder than ever. So BU is already a global institution. It has a large international student population, a world-renowned study abroad program, and an international alumni base. So that's really the opportunity. We will enable our students to become global citizens, our faculty to be global researchers, and continue to engage our large global alumni population in everything we do. If we do that well, that is an incredible opportunity for Boston University. I envision a university that is wholly diverse and fully inclusive. When I think about diversity, I'm interested in diversity in all of its forms, diversity of background, economic background, racial, ethnic background, country of origin. We should be a place that is broadly diverse. But the other thing is to get there, you have to first of all think about the distance somebody travels. People need different supports, different opportunities in order to make it to Boston University. You want a place where everybody can fully participate to the best of their ability. And to get there, you have to make sure that people have a sense of inclusion, that regardless of where they come from or what their background is, that BU feels like home for them. But also they have to have the environment as well as the resources and the support in order to be able to thrive. I started off in humanities. I was an English major as an undergraduate. I then studied philosophy and politics, and then I decided to go to medical school. And I think for many people this seems dichotomous. For me, it's a false dichotomy. No matter what I've done in sciences, I've always been deeply embedded in the humanities. And so in fact, my main collaborator is actually in the English department and cinema and media studies. I use humanistic practices to think about how we can improve health and outcomes for young people. So for me, arts, humanities, science, it all goes together for me. People will quickly come to know that I'm a nice person and a kind person and very interested in people. I think it takes a little longer, maybe not that much longer, to know that I am a systems thinker. I love operations. I love to make sure that systems work well. If we have high quality systems, people who don't have access necessarily to some of the inside knowledge to navigate complex systems, it just creates more accessibility and more equity. So maybe it won't take you that long to know that about me. Ceramics, pottery, cheese paninis. I read Deacon King Kong by James McBride. Great book. I just went to Japan, and I went to an island called Shikoku, and off the coast you can go to a great art island called Naoshima. Fantastic vacation. My dad, Sam Gilliam.